G'day, cheers everyone. Sonia Bernard here, linked by Ink, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And it's almost Christmas. It's going to be Christmas on Sunday. So this video is going up on Thursday, the 21st of December. And this will be my last card tutorial for the year. There'll be next week, which will be the 28th. I'm actually going to do a walkthrough of all the products that I have from the new mini catalog that will be available to you on January 4th. And today's card is, we're calling this an accordion flip fold. So it's actually using product from the new mini, and it goes like this, and then you open it and it does a little flip like this. So you can see on the back, that's what that is. And then so when it sits, you can kind of see it both this side and this side when it's just sitting down. So I thought this was a fun one to do. Now there's a lot of cutting you see here because we actually have to cut this out. So there's some scoring and cutting and measuring. I'm going to take you through how to do that. And the paper is from the new Saleabration catalog. January 4th goes live. I can't show you the inside. And the new mini catalog is where the bundle is from, and it's called the Trusty Tools bundle. How cute is that, right? And then it has the Trusty Tools dies. It's just so cute. I'm so in love. And this is Saleabration paper. What? Yes, Saleabration paper. Okay, I'm going to turn this down and we're going to get started because I have Chinese food coming and I don't want to be late. Okay, let's turn the mirror, wait, this way, and turn it down. Got my volume on. Yes. Let's turn this on so we can see what we're doing. Oh dear. Oh dear. Here we go. Getting there. One day I'll have this set up a little bit better. Okay, so we can see some of my bits and pieces over there already. Let's just push that to the side. I had it all set up and ready to go. Okay, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to do this. And you do need your handy dandy paper trimmer, but hopefully I've made this easy for you to understand. So we have got, first we're going to get our Poppy Parade cardstock, and this is 6 3/4 by 5.5. So this is the width and this is the height of the card, 5.5 high. We are going to go, this is where you want to make sure you get, this is your scoring tool. You're going to, on the long side, you're going to go to 2 3/4 right there. And then you're going to take your scoring tool and using the guide down here on the side, which I don't know, like you can't see, but there's measurements down here. You're going to score down to 1 1/4. Just 1 1/4. Or you can go down to 1 1/4 and score up. Then without pressing down, you're going to go to the bottom. So we're at 5.5. So we're going to go 4.5, 4 1/4. So we're scoring up 1 1/4. So we score to 4 1/4 right there. Then we're going to move this over. So if you can see, we've got a score line here and a score line there. Okay. So then we're going to move it over. It was at 2 3/4. Now we're going to put it at 4 inches, and we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to score from down to 1 1/4, and then just give that a good score, and then come down and you can go 4 1/4 down to 5.5. So when you're done, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 score lines. Now this is the tricky bit, but it's okay, we can do this. Next we're going to turn it this way, and we've got 1 1/4 inches in, because that's how long this line went down, right? We went down 1 1/4 inches. Now we're going to get our cutting. Alexa, stop. My Alexa's telling me, take out the trash. Okay, so now we're going to bring this down to where our score line is down here. And you can line it up by using, there's a little mark here, and then you can line that up by pressing that in. Now don't be afraid. So we are going to cut that up. It's at 2 3/4. We're going to go up 1 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's at 2 3/4. Then we would go to 1 3/4, so 1 1/2. Now, before I do that, I'm going to double check my measurements. And yes. So it's at 2 3/4. Press in, go up to 1 1/2. Okay, lift up that blade and bring it back down to here where it's at 4 inches. This one's easy. We're going to go 1 1/4 inches this way. So that's going to be from 4 inches to 5 1/4 inches. 5 1/4. I should have written those two measurements down. Okay, then lift up. So you've got a cut there and a cut there. Then we can just flip it and we'll go to 1 1/4 inches. My ear is ringing. And we're back at 2 3/4. So go to 1 3/4, 1 1/2. Just cut up. Then lift up. Go back down. And from 4 to 5 1/4, we will cut. I'm doing it slowly because I want to try to get it as lined up as I can. So now we have got these slits in here. You see these 4 slits? So last piece of the puzzle is we will go at 1 1/2 inches, because that's how much is left from here to here, and that should line up the ends of this. So your 1 1/2 inches should be along there. We're going to line up this blade with the slit. And if I did this correctly, we'll go down from that slit to this slit, which is at 4 1/4. So it's at 1 1/4 to 4 1/4. And oh, it worked. Yes, love it when a plan comes together. So again, we're going to go to 1 1/2, and we're going to put this, line it up. It's at 1 1/4, and come down to 4 1/4. Yes, now if you get it a little bit like this, fear not, just get your snips. I think it's better to go a little bit short than to go too far and cut it up into the cardstock. What? Okay, so then we have the basis of our card, and we're gonna fold to the right, and then we'll fold to the left, and that will give us that little accordion fold. So then we have our card base. It's that easy. That's your hardest part there, is figuring that out. But when you do it, write down those measurements. I said to if you want to do the math, if we're, maybe people struggle with fractions, but you can write those down. I don't have this in centimeters, sorry. I only have it in inches. Next, we've got our front and back pieces. Now, this is important if you want your piece to go a certain way. You're going to want your DSP, like if you have a directional piece, the width of these pieces is going to be 2.5 inches. So that's your width, and your height is going to be 5 1/4 on both of them. 2.5 by 5 1/4. So this one's going on the front, this one's going on the back. We're doing the exact same thing to them. We're cutting out this piece here, but this is where the directionality of the paper comes in. You want to make sure that you're cutting it from the right side. So on the back, we're going to cut it from the right side. On the front, we're going to cut it from the left side. All right. So we are going to go down. I've got to remember how we did this. This is going to be at 1 inch wide, 1 inch down. We're going to go in 1 1/4 inches. So the paper is at 1 inch, and we're going to come and we're going to cut into that 1 1/4 inches. I'm using this here, so I want to get down to 1 1/4. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Let me measure that, make sure I'm doing that right before I, yep. Then all you can do is use the 1 inch on this side. That's what I love about this cutting mat. Go to 1 inch here. And oh, I could have just gone from 1 1/4 where I had it, where I stopped, and gone up. But we'll go back down 1 1/4 inches. Okay. Then that should be 1 1/4 inches wide here, and we're going to cut from here down to here. So we're going to cut out this little flap here. So we'll start at 1 1/4. No, start at 1 inch, sorry. It'll start from 1 inch and it'll go to 4 1/4 inches. Hopefully I'm doing it right. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we've made it from, we've cut out from the right hand side. It's the opposite. So if you're laying this flat, whatever's going on the left, you're cutting out from the right. Whatever's going on the right, so that's going to fit there beautifully. Okay, so now we're going to do this side. So now do it 1 inch, and we will slice down 1 1/4 inch. Okay, then just roll it down to 1 inch. So the same side, and slice down to 1 1/4 inch. And then at 1 1/4 inch, these two will line up. So that'll be from 1 inch down to 4 1/4 inch. And if it hangs on just a tad, that's okay. Just get your paper snips. Better to have it a little less. And look at that. Wonderbar. That's your hard part. Done. You can do it. Did it in 13 minutes. You can do it. Now we're just going to assemble. So now we've got our, we've got 2 pieces of this cardstock, and this is gray granite, and these are 3 1/2 wide by 2 3/4 high. And let me turn my thing over here. And so you're going to cut 2 of them. Then you're going to cut 2 of your basic white, and these are going to be 3 1/4 wide by 2 1/2 high. And while I'm telling you the width and the height is because maybe you want to put DSP here. Maybe you don't want cardstock. Maybe you want this one to be DSP. So for directionality purposes, I'm going to start, when I'm doing classes, I'm going to let you know width and height, okay? Width goes across the card, height goes from the top to the bottom of the card. So we're going to die cut this piece. Well, I've already done it. I'm just going to show you the fun dies here. So this one it's like a pegboard, and it'll fit perfectly. So you'll be able to line it up like this and just run that through, and those bits come out really easy. It's a lot of fun. I really liked it. So we are going to just start putting this card together with the grey granite layer. And you can actually lay this flat when you do it. So you can just go here. Now, this, it's backwards. When you're decorating, okay, if you lay it flat, this is the back that you don't see. Because when you close it up, watch this. Boop. Okay? So if you have it like this and you just open it up, this is your inside. This is the front of your card. It's backwards. So this is going to be our front piece. I'm going to glue that down. Then we are going to glue this one down on our front piece. What do I have on that? Now with this one, I just kind of went down these little lanes here. Try not to get too much because I don't want it coming through the holes. Like that. And then I just put that on there. And let me slide that over a little bit. Oh, did I not put enough glue? Hang on a second. There we go. Give it a press down. So this is our front. So we're going to get, my doggy is barking at something. We're going to get this one and lay it here. I hope that is not my Chinese food because I ordered it, but I said 6 p.m. And she only barks when someone comes to the door. Okay. We're going to put that there. Hopefully that's just someone in the house getting home. There we go. And now we're going to put this one here. It's cold and chilly here. And I'm like, I don't want to cook because I've got more Christmas cards actually to get sent out in the mail. This is actually, I'm filming this on Tuesday, which is the, what day is it? I don't know, the 19th. And so, oh, my dog is barking. I hope that's, 1 second. So I said deliver the Chinese food at 6 p.m. It's not 6 p.m. It's 5:14. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I can't redo this. I don't have more stuff cut and I don't have time. So, there's life. Okay, as I'm having an asthma attack. Okay. Lost Lagoon is what's next. And we use the dad from there. And oh, I've never put the time before. I've always said ASAP, but I made sure I said in an hour because I'll be hungry when I finish my video. Oh, one of the reasons I don't do lives, but like I'm recording. Okay. Oh, I pulled the wrong one. I did use pecan pie for this, I think. Did I? Or did I use copper clay? No, I used copper clay. Never mind. I got the... Sorry, I'm like huffing and puffing. I have cardio-induced asthma, so I ran up the stairs. Okay, I used the copper clay, and to get the colours coordinating, I just looked at the back of the paper pack and used those coordinating colours. I honestly think during Saleabration, this paper pack is going to be one of the ones that sells out first. So we've got Dad, You're the Most Awesome, and we're going to just go ahead and glue that in here. Oh, that's my luck. I opened the door. I said to the guy, I said 6 p.m. I don't think he understood me. He's like, oh, okay, sign this. Oh, man. Well, lucky Chinese food heats up just fine. Okay, I also cut this little strip of ruler. Let me show you the full paper. I can just show you real quick too. These papers that are in here. They're actually different, even though they look the same with those tools. And they've got little hammers on them here. Little nuts and bolts. Some little screws. And then we've got this paper here. So what I've done is just cut a strip like that along that edge. Okay? And then I have made it, I think it was 1.5 inches wide. Of course, I don't have a rule. Oh, I have my, here we go. It is 1.25 inches wide. I know what the dog is barking at now, but it needs to stop. Knock it off. Oh my goodness. What kind of day is this? It's just, oh. My goodness. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. My dog is crazy. She barks at everything, and the children are home. She knows the sound of their cars. She knows it's them, but she's just going to sit there and bark her little brains out all day. It's craziness. Does anyone have a crazy dog? Anyone other than me? I love her. She's very loved. She's very well taken care of. But by George, that dog is crazy. Now, did she help me realize that the Chinese food was here? Yes. So, oh, okay. Next, we've got this drill bit die. It's part of a drill. You see that? So we're going to get Misty Moonlight, and we're going to die cut that out for Misty Moonlight. Okay? I'm looking and my brain is seeing it. Okay. This piece here, it's got a little squiggly. This is our little drill bit piece, and we're going to cut one out. Now, in the catalog, you're going to see that they've used silver foil for a couple of things because we had silver foil as an online exclusive. We don't have it anymore, but I'm thinking you could use the holographic paper, or if you have some foil somewhere, or you could just use a gray color, okay? You're going to die cut one out in the whatever foil color you're using, or gray, and then you're going to cut one out in Night of Navy. So you're going to have 2 of those. Okay. Then also in Night of Navy, you're going to take just this handle piece here, and you're going to die cut that out. So you get this. And this is just a little edge. And what we're going to do with that is trim that off. We're just going to trim that around and trim this. Okay, so we have that little piece there. Also, with this same die and our Night of Navy, we're going to, no, sorry, not that die. What am I talking? What am I talking about? This little funky looking die here, it has a circle, and we're just going to cut out a Night of Navy little circle with that. All right. Now we're going to build our drill bit. Now you could use one from the paper if you like, because there is some of these drills on that paper. But I thought it would be more fun to create it ourselves. So we're going to take that little circle, put it over that little piece there. I'm going to take the little handle. How fun is this? And we're going to put it right there. Then we're going to take our drill bit and we are going to cut that off. Okay? And then we're going to glue that. It almost looks like a key to a house. Oh, you can do that and say you have the key to my heart and make it a Valentine's Day card. Okay, so there's your drill bit. Now these two do not stick together, but we are going to put them together on the card. Let that sit there and dry for a second. Okay, also, I wanted some embellishments, but I couldn't find one that I liked that went with this card. So I got this cute little dies here. There's a little piece still in there. It's a screw, a washer, and a nut. And I cut out in basic gray 3 sets of those. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm using that as my embellishment for this card. So all we have left to go and put this thing together is we are going to put dimensionals on here. Okay. Couple of dimensionals going on. And then we're going to put one on here. And we will put this down on the card. Let's get those off. And let's kind of put it towards the edge. There. I think that's where I put it. Yeah, pretty close to the edge. Maybe a little gap. Just kind of centered it about there. And then, and also you can do it this way. You can just open that so you can see better. Then I got that drill bit and I just popped it up against, tucked it under just a little, and stuck that there. Then I got these little bits and a little bit of glue, just a touch of glue, and I wanted it to look like they were just kind of scattered over a workbench almost. And then, sorry if you can hear my children downstairs. My daughter rolled up with her friend and they're quite loud for 20, you know, they're 20-year-olds. So that's just how it goes. You know, these houses, paper thin walls all the time. So I also wanted to put a little bit of something extra on the front. So that's again why I'm using my little, to me this goes with the whole theme of the card, adding this in as an embellishment rather than just, you know, as a decorative piece. You're actually embellishing the card with this. Now, if you're using this glue like these are little pieces, so you're probably going to get a whole bunch of glue all over your hands. And I'm just going to talk loud so that you can't hear them coming up the stairs. So we're going to just scatter these little bits over. There might have been a little bit too much glue. Just put them wherever your heart desires. There's no right or wrong. And it's perfect because it's a group of 3, so it works great. There we go. And last one, I've got glue all over my fingers. And one more. And there we go. And now we have a fun card. And it does not have to be a Father's Day card because it's just like, you're the most awesome. Dad, you're the most awesome. And it doesn't even have to be a dad card. You could change that. You could make this into a card for any masculine. Well, it doesn't even have to be masculine because look, I was an Apache helicopter mechanic for like 7.5 years, and I work with tools all the time. So it doesn't even have to be a masculine person. But there is our card. And do you love it? I hope you do. I hope the instructions are good to follow. See, like when you put it like this, if you're looking at the card this way, you see that side. If you're looking at the card that way, you see that side. So it's fun. And then you could just write on here. If you wanted to, you could put a white piece, just cut it out the same way we did the designer series paper, and then write on that. But I would just write like on here, you know, love you, Sonia. So there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Try this with any kind of decoration. You could do like, there's no limitations to what you could do with this layout, with this card-based layout. It's a different one. It's going to fit in your regular envelope. And yeah, there you go. I hope you love it, guys. Have a great one. Oh, I'm a little high up there. Sorry. Like, it's been a day. It's been a day. I'm going to go eat some Chinese food. You'll have a wonderful evening. And oh my gosh, have a Merry Christmas. And I will see you next week on the 28th with an unboxing of all my goodies, okay? So make sure you check that out. If you want to see the papers from the new mini catalog, I've already done a video on that, so go check that out, okay? Take care, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate your patience. Appreciate, you know, that I'm a little hot mess sometimes. Bye.